Welcome, everybody, to the film room, but it's a different kind of film room. Today, instead of breaking down a college football prospect, I'm taking a look at Tennessee Titans quarterback Malik Willis and kind of analyzing how he has done this preseason. And so for my first true piece as a part of the Titan Upload Network, I figured it'd be a great way to look at Willis, who a lot of Titans fans are excited about as the future, potentially as their quarterback. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the film. Now, in the Titans' 3 preseason games against the Ravens, Buccaneers, and Cardinals, we saw a lot of good things from Malik Willis. We saw his ability to make plays with his feet. Here against Baltimore, one of his last drives, he was able to use his feet to scramble, make a play. It wasn't open to his right, turn to his left, and then use that speed and quickness to get into the end zone for the touchdown. And then against Arizona, we saw him making a connection with their first-round pick, Treylon Burks, on a touchdown that Titans fans, we all are hoping to see plenty of in the future, a connection that would hopefully be leading them to playoff victories and on the road to a Super Bowl. Even here on a zone read, we just see that speed, that explosiveness. He's able to fly through here, pick up some extra yards, and be a threat in that rushing attack. But what I was looking for, and I think a lot of Titans fans were looking closely at this, was how was Willis progressing? He came into the draft, he came into this year as a work in progress. And he is someone who has some developing to do. And we saw glimpses of that here against the Buccaneers. The Titans ran a 2-man route. So they've got just the 2 outside receivers running their route, play action look, and Willis was able to just put his foot down and hit the receiver on the dig route. And it's just that shows that quick decision making. I know it was a schemed look, but just his ability to throw and make a timely, decisive throw, hitting the receiver open. You like to see that. And here against the Buccaneers, what I like is, he has this athleticism. He has that ability to make plays with his feet. But you want to see him work within the pocket and not just make one quick read and bail. And here in the red zone, he's able to scan the field, look, and find Okonkwo, his rookie tight end, for a nice little touchdown. He didn't panic. He didn't, he had good protection. He sat in there, scanned the field, and then hit the tight end for the touchdown. Now, that last clip was a little bit of a double-edged sword because you want him to be comfortable sitting in the pocket, reading, finding the open guy, but you also want him to make those quick decisions. And in this case against the Cardinals, same type of thing. He sat, he waited, and he waited a little bit too long and ended up getting sacked. And so you want him, like I said, right here, ball should be out right there. No one open. You've been in the pocket that long. Either take off up the middle or just burn that ball. Instead, he waits a little bit too long, takes an unnecessary hit, and ends up getting sacked. So it's important for Willis to find a healthy balance of waiting and going. And I think early in his career, and he doesn't have to start right away, he can use those legs to his ability. Here against the Cardinals, he was able to, off a play action, it's not there. I'm just going to take off and run. And there we see that elite athleticism, that speed that can really pick up some good yards for this offense. And he didn't bail right away. He sat, he looked, hesitated, maybe 2 looks, wasn't open. Boom, I'm gone. And then I could turn on the jets and I'm flying. Look at all these yards that he picked up that a lot of quarterbacks aren't getting. Now, I'd like to see him run out of bounds here and not take that hit. A guy like Lamar Jackson, once again, two receiver route. A guy like Lamar Jackson in this play, he would have got to this point where he's cutting it up, and at this point here at the 10-yard line, just go out of bounds. Don't get yourself up. Don't get that chance of getting hurt That's something he's going to learn with time. Now, one of the things that you're going to see with Willis, and we see this with a lot of mobile quarterbacks, is they run themselves into trouble. Here, Willis is coming off play action, and against the Bucs, Joe Tryon is right there, athletic pass rusher. Look at the move that Willis makes on him, gets out of trouble, but then he ends up running right into more defenders, and that's, his offensive line didn't really block that well on that play. But you're going to see this a lot where he makes these spectacular plays to get away from a defender, but then ends up running himself into somebody else to get the sack. Now, another thing that goes with this is, you want him to leave when there's nothing there, take advantage of those, but he's got to find that way to be a little bit more patient. Here on this play against the Ravens, and this is their first game, he grew over the course of the preseason. He's looking to his left, doesn't like what he's seeing, and he goes to leave early. But this pocket's not bad. I know the running back's getting blown up a little bit, but the tight end Okonkwo is coming open across the middle. He should see that this defender is got his back turned. This linebacker's not keeping up with him. So just be patient, throw this ball out there, let him run to it. Instead, he bails too early and ends up having to force an incompletion. You would like him to see right here, right there, the ball should be coming out. Get it to the tight end to make a play, but that's going to come with time and a lot more comfortability within the pocket. And the last thing that I want to talk about is his ability to make second reaction plays. In today's NFL, quarterbacks have to be able to react. You're going to get pressure. You're going to have to make a move. And we saw this a lot in the preseason from Willis. Here against the Ravens, he's able to step up into the pocket and make this pass. And it's not necessarily a true second reaction, but it just shows his ability that, hey, I can stop, climb up a little bit, hit this receiver underneath, and then let him make a play. And he did that with the running back here, just stepping up and dumping it down because nothing was open down the field. And then in week 3 of the preseason, we see after he's made all these plays where he pulls it and runs, we see here he shows a little growth. Hey, a little pressure. I'm going to go off to my right, keep my eyes down the field, and hit this receiver crossing. And he just saw from week 1 to week 2 to week 3 just that ability to grow and improve. And maybe early on in the preseason game, he's a little nervous. He gets to here, and he just takes off and run. In this case, his eyes are still down the field, and he gets that completion for a first down. I was pretty impressed with Malik Willis and the growth. Is he ready to start day 1 this year for the Titans? No, and they don't need him to be. They've got Ryan Tannehill. They are set at the starter. But I think if Tannehill gets hurt or something happens and Willis does have to start, he's got a skill set that I think they can mold a offense around. And I think it's early on in his career, it's going to be very Lamar Jackson-esque with what the Ravens have done. And I think they can have success. I mean, we know that this team is built around Derrick Henry and running the ball. They want to be a power rushing attack and use the passing game to complement the rushing attack. I think a guy like Malik Willis can give them that added dynamic in that passing game as a runner that what Lamar Jackson did with the Ravens. And I think the big key for him is he can sit and develop and continue to work on some of those passing skills, being comfortable within the pocket. His mechanics have already been improved dramatically. You see the clips from him when he was first in OTAs to what it is in the preseason games. He's improved so much. So he's a guy that can show that he can improve. He's got elite physical traits. He's got a strong arm. He's showing progress. Titans fans, you have to be optimistic about him. Getting him in the 3rd round when a lot of people were talking he could go in the first 20 picks. And get him, develop him, let him sit behind a pro like Ryan Tannehill. And I think he is somebody to watch, and it wouldn't shock me if year 2, year 3, he's the starting quarterback, and he's helping this team get to the playoffs. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope everyone enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get more content like this. Make sure you follow me on social media at draft_Brian, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be, draft_Brian. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time.